Hey everybody, Wayne here. In today's Recon, we're going to unbox Plains Indian Wars, designed by John Poniske and published by GMT Games. Plains Indian Wars is one that I've been watching for quite a while. I know that, I believe it was the Player's Aid who put out a video of how to play it something like 3 years ago. So, and I know that was a pre-production prototype copy, but when I saw this one was actually shipping, approaching full release, it's like, hey, I need to get this, especially since I saw that it was going to come with a solitaire mode designed by, I think it's Etienne Michot. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly. You can let me know below, but solitaire system developer, so fantastic. So anyway, let's go ahead. This is a nice, big, heavy box. Plains Indian Wars. Graphics by Terry Leeds. I like the cover. On sides here, you have the symbol for the Indians, for the natives. Symbol for the U.S. Cavalry here. Looks good on the back. Look at that. Very nice. The Great Plains in the latter half of the 19th century was a cultural battleground. The native way of life was under siege by an avalanche of invaders seeking land and progress. Plains Indian Wars reduces this monumental and catastrophic series of conflicts to its basic elements. A settler's surge via long, snaking wagon trains, the building of the Transcontinental Railroad, and the cavalry sent to protect them all. All right, let's go ahead and open her up. So, I want to say I've covered a couple John Poniske games on my channel. I'm trying to think of what specifically I can think of. Hearts and Minds. Hearts and Minds 3rd edition, I believe. Well, I suppose they would all be his. I think that's his. If not, I'm sorry, whoever designed Hearts and Minds, but I think that's a John Poniske design. So anyway, all right, plastic off. Let's go ahead and check her out. Nice, thick, sturdy box. It's GMT, so they're really, the last few years, just like a lot of the wargame publishers, have really stepped up the quality. So, booklet for the solitaire rules. Little, so they got a little caught there, a little folded. Not the end of the world. I won't cry. Won't cry about it, other than to maybe fold it back so I can get it read well. So kind of a thinner. Once again, yep. So Etienne, kind of a thinner book. Ooh, full color. Solitaire variant 1. Oh, so there's gonna be different ones. So more than one. Solitaire variant 2. Okay. All right. Scenarios. Interesting. Was there a table of contents or an index? No. Okay. Sign notes. Perfect. Okay, fantastic. Good to and just have a couple variety, have some variety. That's fantastic. Regular rule book. Again, not a thick rule book. I know this is not an overly complex game. I usually look at the back. Let's grab it and look at quick. So, solitaire suitability obviously high. Complexity you can see is a low, medium. You should remember to look at that. I'm so excited to get it unboxed and opened up. So, you can see we can have some player aid stuff on the back here. And again, opening up this rulebook, not a thick rulebook at all. It's at what, 15 pages, and that includes what looks like some of the variations, basically listing variations at the back here. So, actual 14 maybe pages of actual rules, and that includes the cover. So yeah, not a whole ton of rules. Full color. Let's see, it looks like it's easy to read. I think we have this is full setup with the full box and everything written in text on the left like that. Should be easy then for setup, which if it's that simple of a game or not a complex game, shouldn't be that hard anyway. But I like, so we have pictures, examples, and explanations. I like that. Love pictures. Very visual person. Text here. Colors, symbols on the dice. Engagement examples of the combat, I believe, right? And then more continuing examples. So, all right, looks like it's, don't know the game yet, haven't played it, but doesn't look like it's going to be too hard to learn. Rulebook looks solid without having learned it, so just from first glance at least. Player aid, cube movement chart. Also, it is two-sided. Nice thick cardboard, or decent thickness anyway, cardstock. So cube movement, and then sequence of play with the dice on there. The full mounted map, which we will get to whole bunch of cubes and the discs. So I know that the game uses cubes on the board, right? And then you actually have this draw bag, which you draw the discs from, not the cubes, right? The cubes would be out on the board, sides of the board, etc. But you draw the discs, and then the discs, you can see there's a few in there, here and there. I think it's only one per color, I think. Could be wrong, but I know that you draw them, and then that's how you determine turn order, so every turn is going to have a different turn order. But cubes are their standard, we don't need to open them up. The draw bag, I do like, I'll tell you right now already, I can tell. Look at that. Even my big old hand, big chunky hand, right in there. I'll be able to draw out of there easily. Had a couple games of draw bags where it was like, squeeze my hand in there, so this would be perfect. I mean, I actually own a bunch of like dice bags that I can use if I need to, but it's nice to have the one. And then insert, shipping insert, double check. Nothing underneath, I always want to double check. I have had a game or two where there was stuff underneath, so always double check, guys, especially if you feel like you're missing something. Let's look at these dice, so custom dice. As we saw, nice big chunky dice too. Whoa. Very nice. Let's see. So good look to them. Just kind of trying to look through a little bit. I think it is painted on. Maybe. I'm gonna start scratching. So possible wear in the future issue, but that's just a guess based on my experience with dice, possibly, but we'll see. Hey, I'm not trying to complain yet until they start wearing. I won't say a word, but just be aware. Otherwise, beautiful dice though. Nice big chunky dice. And we have cards, so they are, as you can see, tarot sized. Tarot? Tarot, right? Tarot? It's pronounced tarot, right? You tell me in the comments below. Tarot, right? I'm not much for fortune telling and stuff, but anyway, so they're the big cards, right? So average cards in the game. Offhand, here's some like poker sized cards, right? So here's from leader game, obviously. You can see the card size difference against these. Well, let's look there. There you go. You can see the card size difference. So anyway, okay. So I did see that. I was like, that's interesting that they're super sized. So let's go ahead and open them up. Looks like they don't have an easy open, so it's going to take a second. So let me go ahead and pause the video while I do it. All right, I unwrapped 3 of the decks off camera, which I'm glad I did, and you should be glad too, because it took forever. One little trick, so just how I've been doing it here. Take your box cutter, look for the corner up here, slide her in. That's a bunch of cards, kind of get it like that, see? That. And then if you want, you can continue your box cutter, see? Just very carefully, just along the top, like almost like letter opener style. Do that, just gently glide it. And boom, you open her up, and I can get the cards out pretty easily. So always prefer when they have the tab, you pull and it like opens up the top. Can't win them all, right? But looking at these cards, so obviously we have, in the game, you have Northern Plains tribes, Northern Plains Indians, Southern Plains Indians, settlers, and U.S. cavalry. Cards are big, beautiful cards. Obviously, we talked about how large they are. Fantastic looking. Let's look at some tribes cards here would go with. So seeing Custer here, seeing Sitting Bull. Obviously just beautiful cards, beautiful artwork, actual graphic design, very well done. Gorgeous cards. Again, I don't want to overstate it too much, but they look like they're going to be easy to read, with a numbered title information for the game, gameplay, actual information, and then flavor text, historical information on the bottom. Absolutely love that. Cards look like they're going to be a great part of the game. Well, that one, there goes that one. Cannot wait to get these cards and see how they play in the game. So now let's go ahead and get that nice mounted map board set up. All right, I went ahead and backed the camera up, got the map set up. What a beautiful map. Looking at the credits here, put it on here. Again, I believe it says graphics Terry lead, so I don't know if Terry did all the graphics. Great job. Looks really nice. Super clean and easy. Obviously, looking at the color coding, right? Orange, southern tribes. Green, northern tribes. You know, we're gonna have our U.S. cavalry settlers moving across and then building the Transcontinental Railroad here. But let's look at the map. You know, points of interest: Kansas City over here, Fort Laramie here towards the middle, Bozeman, Montana up here, Salt Lake City, Utah here, Santa Fe. Where'd I cover? Dallas down here. So just, you know, the Black Hills up here. Very nice. And then looking around the border, we have boxes for the Southern Plains tribes, Northern Plains tribes, cavalry, and then Indian enemies. So, you know, the friendly Indian tribes that were friendly to the United States, which there were quite a few. I know quite a bit about Indian history, some Indian heritage, not Plains tribes, but from Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin. And I know, you know, we studied quite a bit, and then I grew up in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and we actually, you know, we studied quite a bit. Grew up in a town called Red Wing, and was born outside Milwaukee, and spent a lot of time up in the Menominee tribe reservation. So a lot of native names, right? Native American names, Indian names, and so it's part of my sort of history, at least education growing up, certainly. So maybe not as much of the Plains warfare, but definitely have, you know, a perspective on that I'm glad to see this game, glad to dig into it and look into it, and just kind of see what John has created here. I believe video here we're probably at our 10 minutes or higher, so I think we're not gonna call it here, but really excited to dig into this one. I have a book recommendation. I'm gonna have pop up on the screens. I can't remember the name of it offhand. I'm listening to the Audible book version of it. I just subscribed to like Audible through Amazon, and I just basically been getting books. That's the primary way I've been reading my history books lately, is listening to them through Audible. So, not a paid advertisement, by the way, just like a lot of the books they have. So I'll go ahead and have that pop up on the screen so you guys can check that out. It'll give you, I think, a pretty good look, fairly balanced look. So you're gonna hear some good things, you're gonna hear some bad things from both sides. Which was as usual, as we all know, right, is the true history, is both sides frequently do bad things as well. So we're looking forward to this one. Can't wait to dive into it. If you've played it already, let me know below. Otherwise, yeah, look forward to future, definitely going to be doing playthrough, and I'm sure I'll end up doing a review. So until next time, guys, later.